Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I hope that you all are doing well on this beautiful Monday morning, this marvelous Monday morning. Listen, thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Listen, several different topics I'm going to be covering on the channel this week. Make sure you check out the community tab here on the channel. I did upload a few screenshots of stories that I'm going to be covering on the channel. Listen, this morning you should have received a notification. If you don't get notifications whenever I upload content, whenever I upload new content, make sure that when you subscribe, make sure you hit the all notifications bell. Okay, that way whether I'm live or if I upload videos, you'll be able to see it. Okay, I just this morning a video was uploaded where I was discussing how the people in Paris, France, the French, are taking to the streets. They're protesting. They're not happy about inflation, rising prices, energy, rising energy costs. You know, sounds like many of the issues that we're dealing with here, right here in the U.S. or maybe in whatever country that you are living in. You know, a lot of things are happening in the world, and I'm realizing also, you know, that more and more people are not happy with, you know, decisions that their government in whatever country is making, and they're letting it be known, hey, we're not standing for this, we're not going for this, in whatever way, you know, that they're choosing to make that known. And it's happening all around the world. That's why I tell you all, make sure you check out World News. Now, from my experience, even recently, a lot of times it seems like they don't really like to, I don't know if they try to block World News, but it's almost like they don't really want us to see or know what's really going on. Okay, my case in point, I want you all to try to search, like just do a search of food shortages, right? And tell me what comes up. Not a lot comes up, you know, as far as like some of the, you know, main news sources. So I kind of have to do a little digging deeper to find some information. And I, you know, look at several different sources. Listen, y'all, one relationship that I'm starting to pay more attention to, that I'm doing some research on, is the relationship between the United States and the country of Saudi Arabia. Now, for those of you all who may or may not know, OPEC, which I believe Saudi Arabia is involved in as well, they recently announced that they were going to cut oil production by, I believe, at least maybe 2 million barrels per year. And as I reported, the U.S. is not happy about that at all, so much so that our administration has accused Saudi Arabia of somehow maybe possibly siding with Russia. And even our current president said in an interview that there would be consequences for such actions. So, you know, just based on some research that I did just this morning, I see where for over 75, maybe 77 years, the U.S. has had a relationship with Saudi Arabia, which I believe began under President Franklin Roosevelt, I believe. And, you know, over the years, the two countries have worked together, one helping the other as far as security, and then the other helping the other when it comes to energy, oil production, things of that nature. Over the years, you know, there have been, you know, several of our presidents, including former President Trump, who have visited Saudi Arabia. You know, they made negotiations and, you know, continued relations. And even over the years, you know, there have been some concerns, you know, just, you know, different things happening, even where, you know, people lost their life, and that may have caused some rift. between the United States and Saudi Arabia. But what's going on currently, is concerning because, we, as I've said before on the channel, the United States is not as energy independent as we should be. You let me know if you agree or disagree with that statement. And therefore, we have to rely on countries like Saudi Arabia to assist us with energy and oil production in that way. President Biden, maybe a few weeks or maybe even months ago, actually went over there to in a meeting, and he, was basically, some people say he was begging for help, for lack of a better term. But basically, the outcome, the recent news that was released by OPEC, saying that they were not going to, that they were going to cut oil production. It seems like that it actually went against what President Biden was requesting. So he's not happy about that. But it makes me wonder, what is our relationship going to be like with Saudi Arabia now? We've had a long-standing relationship with Saudi Arabia. Not to say that it's always been perfect, but it's just very concerning. A lot of countries, it seems like, are not necessarily happy with the United States under our current administration. And at a time like this now, okay, especially where their there's a growing energy crisis happening in Europe, maybe even you can say parts of the United States now. Do we need something like this happening between the United States and Saudi Arabia at a time like this, when we rely on them heavily for their assistance with energy? Okay, you all let me know your thoughts on that particular topic. One other topic that I want to mention, and I've talked about it here on the channel, when you think about everything that's happening, no matter what city you live in, what state, we all in some way, need some assistance, right? Relief. We definitely need to see lower prices in the stores. Have you all noticed that gas prices are going back up? And all of this is happening right here in our own country. And yet somehow our administration still decides to send over $700 million more to fund whatever is taking place in Ukraine. Is there any accountability? Who's signing off on this? Who's making the decision? Does there need to be more congressional oversight? How is it that this money, we're just finding the money to say, okay, well, instead of using it towards whatever it needs to be used towards here, let's just go ahead and just send it overseas, okay? That just is something, just doesn't seem right about that. But you all let me know your thoughts on that. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on and take care of some things that I need to take care of. Please make sure that you are preparing. Make sure that you are getting the things that you need while you can, while they are available. Remember, today's prices are not tomorrow's prices. I appreciate all of you for supporting the channel, and I thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts on the topics that I discussed this morning, or any topics that I've covered right here on the channel. Also, make sure that you check the community posts, okay? I've started to make posts there, sharing articles and videos. Y'all, one other thing, this is my last thing and then I'll go, but there is a congresswoman. I don't want to say her name because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe she represents Hawaii. I hope I paired her with the correct state. But she actually left or is leaving the Democratic Party, and she did an interview with Fox News, and she talked about, she shared her thoughts on why she left the Democratic Party, what changes she saw, and I believe now that she is saying that she's with the Independent Party, okay? But check out that video. Let me know your thoughts about that as well. And stay tuned for more news and commentary you can use right here on Andrea Speaks TV. Y'all have a great day.